everybody, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Thursday, April 19th, 2018. I am Michael Schwan.
And I'm Stu. Stu Pidcock.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please remember, everybody, you can help support our show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet or going to the merchandise link in the description. We do go live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, you can submit anything you'd like for us to talk about to our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iRedditcast, or in an email to iReddit@mjolnir.media. So, Stu, Mr. Stu, how are you today, sir?
I'm pretty stoked that it's all sunny outside.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go longboarding.
Your sister says, don't make her call the warden. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
It's the nickname that we had for a friend of hers when I was growing up because she was my babysitter.
Oh, okay. Why would she need to call the warden? Because you're making dick jokes?
Probably.
Probably.
But that's like the entirety of everything.
The entirety of the world is
just dick jokes.
Just any type of inappropriate joke in general.
Yeah. The more inappropriate, the better.
The more inappropriate, the better. How was your day, though?
I mean, it was all right. We had this crazy gal that came in, and she said the most funny shit I've ever heard. She was very pissed off at someone, and she was like, you know, someday and shit, we're gonna all be out in space, and none of this fucking court shit's gonna matter, and it's then it's gonna be acceptable for people to just fucking vaporize somebody else. I'm gonna vaporize that person that I'm fucking in a court case with, just like goddamn Mars attacks. And I had to hold it in. I had to hold in the axe so much.
The axe? Is that like a synonym for laughing?
Well, it's how the aliens in Mars attacked, like, talked.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I was still on track. Well, unfortunately, unless we get to the point where we can travel very quickly and it allows us to, you know, have ungoverned sections of the galaxy, I don't really see that happening. Sorry, it's probably always going to be illegal for you to vaporize people.
Not in the outer fucking rim. Like, all you gotta do is be a smuggler in the outer rim.
Right. I mean, like I said, until we get to the point where we can travel the galaxy, then, you know, then it's another conversation, another story.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
But until then, don't vaporize people. Also, I'm curious how easy it will be to get a vaporizer.
Well, I mean, it's fairly easy to get a vaporizer now, but, I mean, we get it, you vape, bro.
Damn it, Nathan.
It's a pun!
Oh, God. That was good. I'll give that one to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Shall we get into some news, sir?
Yo, that being said, that if you think about it, I'm gonna fucking vape them.
That sounds so dumb.
It sounds so gross. You're just gonna, like, boil them down into, like, a liquid and stick them in your vape pen?
Please don't. Like, just please don't.
Do it. D-I-T-I.
Do it.
Do it.
5.
Pharma bro Martin Shkreli is denied minimum security camp and sent to federal prison in New Jersey.
This was submitted by Loosier to our news.
So, the jackass, the pharma bro, Martin Shkreli, Mr. Punchable Face himself. He has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. As part of his deal, he did request to be put into a minimum security camp, which is generally kind of like you're just, like, staying at, like, the minimum security camps are those joke prisons that you see of, like, this is prison, and it's, like, people, like, lounging
One of those cushy prisons? But
yeah.
No, this ain't the cushy prison. This is a federal prison.
Yeah, you're lounging on a couch in your cell reading a book while you wait for the days to pass. That's what he was trying to get to, and, well, the judge entertained it for a moment and then decided that because they had already decreed that he was a danger to society, that he could not go into a minimum security camp and was put into a low-security federal prison in New Jersey.
Damn, dude. Get fucked.
You want to know what was one of the deciding factors?
What?
His whole deal about paying $5,000 per strand of Hillary Clinton's hair.
Yeah, that would be something that would cause you to be a danger to society.
Because you are encouraging violence on others. So the thing that got him put in prison in the first place, because he was out on bail, and then his bail was denied, and he was thrown into prison because he was requesting violence against a member of society, is also the reason why he didn't get to go into a cushy prison. Make better choices.
Yeah, definitely should make better choices.
Also, don't increase a life-saving drugs price by 5,000%.
Yeah, it kind of makes you a giant douchebag.
It kind of makes you the biggest douchebag. And, like, you don't want to be on the biggest douchebag list.
Or do you?
No, you don't.
You can go on in infamy.
You don't.
4.
Hawaii seems poised to ban coral-damaging sunscreen.
It was submitted by Mad as a Hatter to Our Uplifting News.
So while the decision is based on the backing of money, it is still a good thing anyway, because over half of Hawaii's coral reefs have been bleached and are dying, and, well, Hawaii is concerned that that is going to lead to a blow to tourism, because there's like they already have to compete with California, because California has really nice weather too, has really nice beaches as well, and has lots of attractions as well. So they're like, if we don't try to maintain what makes us Hawaii, then we end up going to lose tourism, which will lose money, which will be extremely damaging to the state. Well, what is something that we can address? And they found that there is an extremely large amount of particular chemicals that are found in sunscreen that have just kind of collected in the oceans around Hawaii, which isn't surprising.
So I tried to think of a pun for the big three for anime in this situation, because I was going to say it's bleached and nobody likes bleach, and on top of that, we all wanted to keep the coral in one piece. But I couldn't think of anything for Naruto.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard.
I mean, right now, the #1 anime is Sword Art Online.
That doesn't make it part of the big three.
It's working on it.
I will go out on a limb and say Sword Art is probably the worst edition of being trapped in a video game anime that I've ever seen.
You might not be wrong. But that doesn't change the fact that
everybody is fucking stupid.
Well, I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's more popular in America than in Japan.
No, it's the #1 anime by a wide margin in Japan.
Really?
Yes.
Weird.
Yes.
Weird.
And it's extremely popular here as well.
Okay. Well, that's very disappointing, because it is written by a hack, and it is the worst thing I've ever fucking witnessed.
I'm sorry.
I would rather sit there and watch some shitty anime. I would rather sit there and... God, I can't think of any other shittier anime than that.
On a note of good anime, Jennifer got me to start watching Fruits Basket last night, and that show is adorable and hilarious.
You would.
It's great.
Show's kind of fucked up.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, I've not got...
I watched it to impress a girl in elementary school.
Nice.
I also watched Chobits and Deers.
I don't know Deers. I do know Chobits.
You would like both of them.
I enjoyed Chobits. I didn't finish Chobits, but it is a good show. Anyway, so that distraction aside, Hawaii is working on getting legislation through that is expected to just kind of sail through their state government that is going to ban particular brands they're not specifically banning the brands of sunscreen. They're banning specific chemicals from being in sunscreen, which inadvertently bans several brands. Because while sunscreen in general is not good for the ocean's ecosystem, they have found that particular chemicals that are in particular brands of sunscreen are more harmful and cause larger and more and faster detrimental effects to the ecosystem.
What you gotta do is just disregard sunscreen completely.
Just be a man and just let it torch you.
Let it lobster you. Either that or get a bunch of melanin injections.
Wait, why?
So that you can alter the way your body takes in light.
Really?
That's okay. So if you noticed, and I'm not trying to be racist.
Sure, yeah.
If you noticed, the people who live along the equator, they tend to be more darker than the motherfuckers up at the top.
Yeah.
And that's because they have more melanin in their skin to deal with the sun.
Yes. They still get sunburnt, though.
Right. but not as bad and not as fucking horrendous. Well, I just repeated myself, but not as horrendous as, like, Irish people.
Sure, got it. Understood.
3.
Scott Pruitt is now being investigated by the House of Representatives, the Senate, the White House, the Office of Management and Budget, the Government Accountability Office, and the EPA Inspector General.
It was submitted by A. Fuller to Our Politics.
In addition, 170 lawmakers have signed a resolution calling for Pruitt's resignation.
This was submitted by Lionel Hutz-Law to Our Politics.
So literally nobody backed this guy when Trump appointed him to be the head of the EPA, but they couldn't get a good enough reason to deny him to be the head of the EPA. Well, he's been in office now for a little bit and is giving us lots of good reasons to not like him being in office. First off, he has cut the budget for the EPA substantially, saying that the agency isn't nearly as necessary as its budget makes it out to be, resulting in a loss of over 700 employees, a substantial number of which are experts in the environmental field. In addition, he has signed a vast number of waivers allowing employees to work multiple jobs, but that's not what the waiver is for, not necessarily having 2 jobs. The waiver is allowing them to work for the companies that the EPA regulates.
Well, you know who else just got voted into, well, not voted, confirmed into office? That was a Trump pick.
Who?
The now head of National Aeronautics and Space Administration, Republican Representative Jim Bridenstine.
Okay.
Of Oklahoma.
God damn it. Stop picking people from that state. I mean, they have an Air Force base there.
Most places have a fucking Air Force base.
I know, Nathan, but that's all I got.
Also, are you comparing, like, airspace and space travel?
It's the best that Oklahoma can manage, okay?
I don't know. They're the best at sucking. That's a pretty manageable thing.
They're not the best, but they're really far up there.
That's right, because there's still Mississippi.
Yep, thank God for Mississippi.
Thank God for Mississippi.
Or in some cases,
Alaska would also be up there because we suck.
Or in some cases, Louisiana. Or in some cases, Alabama. But really, like, just that whole little chain right there. So bad, so bad.
Yeah, no, it got voted in 50-49 after months of Democratic attempts to stop his confirmation.
A group of 131 representatives and 39 senators have signed a resolution that was introduced on Wednesday asking Scott Pruitt to resign. He is under investigation for the things that I have already mentioned, as well as several other things on the list, mostly because everyone's like, he's an oil mogul and you're going to appoint him to the position that regulates oil fuckers? And it's like, yeah, I'm going to. And then it's like,
just fracking stupid.
Oh, God damn it, Nathan.
It's a pun.
And look what he did. He just did everything he could to make it, as good for those people as possible. Because of course
he wasn't even
did.
Sneaky about it.
No,
either.
It was blatant. He's also being investigated for using taxpayer dollars for travel that was unnecessary, for all kinds of stuff. Like he's
Pretty
one of the
everything
worst.
that the Trump campaign does.
Yes, but he is one of the worst, Nathan.
I would definitely believe it.
The worst, the absolute worst. Get the fuck out of office. Seriously.
Here we go. Soon, because it's 170 fucking people signing for, calling for his resignation. So, soon.
I hope so. Of course,
if he doesn't resign, he's going to be fucking impeached.
I don't know how that works with the head of an agency. I mean, I think the only person that can, actually fire him is Trump.
And then we'll get Trump to fire him.
I mean, get Trump pissed off enough at him for causing problems, and he will.
Yeah. Definitely.
2.
Senate panel moving ahead with Mueller bill despite McConnell opposition.
This was submitted by NARBS to Our Politics.
NARBS. So there was the bill that was moving forward that would protect Special Counsel Robert Mueller from being able to be fired by Donald Trump, who has stated multiple times that he has considered such a thing, which would just... Oh, God. You want to make yourself look as terrible as possible, Trump? Fire Mueller. That's a way to just make yourself look like the most corrupt motherfucker ever. That's Nixon-level bad. When you start firing the people that are investigating you and yours, it's like, well, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But there's a bill going through Congress right now that would protect Special Counsel Robert Mueller and a large portion of his team from being able to be fired by Donald Trump, even if Trump wanted to. This was shut down initially by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and they're moving forward with it anyway because
fuck you, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, basically you're kind of your nose.
You're a lackey, dude.
Your nose is pretty damn brown.
You're not just a lackey. You're a fucking minion. You have only 1 HP.
Like, can you even smell anything besides his orange ass anymore? I guess his nose would be orange, wouldn't it, instead of brown?
Yeah.
Gross. It's even worse. Ugh. Either way, so they're pushing forward with that. We will see if it goes through, in which case then we don't have to worry about Robert Mueller being fired by Donald Trump, and he'll just be able to continue to do the fantastic work that he's been doing.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, he's indicted several fucking people, and he's already got people to fucking straight up go, yep, I fucking did it.
Yep, that guy. Like, that guy is good at his job. Let's keep him around.
Doing it.
911 operator who hung up on emergency calls is sentenced to jail.
This was submitted by HZ Jess 87 to our news. Good God.
Now, it's not just that they hung up on emergency calls. This was in Texas. They hung up on thousands of emergency calls. On recording, they have them at one time saying, "Ain't nobody got time for this, for real," and then hanging up the call.
I'm sorry I shouldn't laugh. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like, someone to
Can
call...
you imagine? Like, you have a fucking, like... Alright, so, picture this, right? You just come home, and you find that your house has been broken into. You go to reach for your gun, but the gun is in between you and the other person, and they end up stabbing you. So you have this knife sticking out of your body. They fucking run away because they're freaking out, and now you have to call the police, thanking God that they didn't have a gun and shot you. So now you have this knife sticking out. You call the police, and you call them, and this lady's on the phone, and you're just like, "Oh my God, I just got stabbed. Can you fucking help me? Here's my address." And she goes, "Man, ain't no one got time for that." She fucking hangs up.
Yeah, that in this case, in that particular instance, a gentleman had called back in 2016 to report 2 drivers on the road that were excessively speeding and were a danger on the road. And so while it wasn't quite the situation that you were in, it's still not okay. And I more places, I think, need to institute what our local Anchorage area has recently done. So they have 911 for emergencies, but if it's not a super emergency, if you're not, being attacked, chased, etc., you don't need an ambulance right away. For instances like this of, I saw 2 people speeding well beyond the speed limit to the point that they're a danger to the other drivers on the road. Anchorage recently rolled out 311. You can dial 311 and it'll immediately connect you to the Muni services, and they'll be like, 311, what can I do for you? And instead of super emergency high-end stuff, where they have to keep you on the call and all of that stuff, it's basically just a connection of, hey, this is something that's happening. I think something needs to be done about it. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye. And a lot of places don't have those, so people just dial 911. So I think that in that case, stuff like that could have been avoided, but you still hung up on thousands of 911 calls. And the only defense that their attorney was able to offer was that they were going through a rough time.
Well.
Now, that said, they were only going to jail for 10 days and then will be on promotion for 18 months. So...
Yeah, I mean, shit.
I don't feel like that's really appropriate when you might have literally gotten people killed.
Yeah, I don't feel so either, but fuck, I mean, I'm not a lawmaker. I can't say otherwise.
I'm not either, but I was a little bit, I was like, yeah, that's great. And then I was like, thousands, fuck, and what'd they get? 10 days. What? Wait.
10 fucking days.
Like, anyway.
Oh shit!
Listener submission. Paying billions more online. Supreme Court takes up internet sales tax case.
This is submitted by Chadwick via email.
So, if you buy things online, a lot of times you don't have to pay sales tax. Sometimes you do. But right now, for about the last 50 years, states have been forbidden from imposing sales tax for things bought from out-of-state retailers. Now, there is an exception to that, and that exception exists on if that retailer has it's like a warehouse or something that exists within the state that you're purchasing it from. Otherwise, you don't have to pay sales tax. And this is back 50 years ago, that was the time when people were getting shopping catalogs. Like, I'm sure a lot of us had Finger Hut that you'd get every, like, right around Christmas time, the Finger Hut Christmas catalog, and you'd flip through and there's all this cool shit in there that you could probably find at Walmart for half price. But either way, like, these big catalogs were where this law came from. And because those catalogs were normally from smaller companies, they had a harder time trying to distinguish what sales tax would be for all these different states. So they were given an exemption, essentially, from it. Well, modern time, with modern technology and the way that most shopping is done now, that no longer works because there's so much shopping done online and from out-of-state retailers. It's massive. And also, you literally just open up a tax calculator and hit 5 buttons and put in the price, and it'll tell you what the taxes are for whatever it is that you're wanting to buy. And this can be easily implemented into every internet system with just a little bit of effort. And South Dakota is like, we are missing out on billions of dollars of taxes because everyone is buying their shit online from other places like Amazon now. And we would like that tax money that we are missing out on. This was pushed all the way up to the Supreme Court because before that, everyone was like, no, you can't charge them taxes because precedent had been set for 50 years of not charging those taxes.
Even though Amazon still collects taxes for the states that have sales tax.
Right. Well, Amazon's not the best example, but there are several other companies that don't charge.
For instance, Trump.com, the official website of the Trump Organization, collects sales tax only for purchases made by customers in 3 states, Florida, Louisiana, and Virginia.
Yep. Now, there are 5 states that don't have sales tax, which I know that Alaska is one of them. The other ones are listed in this article somewhere.
We have a sales tax, just not here.
There's not a state sales tax.
Sure.
Like when you pay sales tax in Wasilla, that's a municipal sales tax, not a state sales tax.
Sure.
Anyway, so basically they've said, no, you can't charge them sales tax because of this rule that we've had for the last 50 years. And they're like, yeah, times are different. Times have changed. Tech has changed. So it's going to go all the way up to the Supreme Court. It's already there. And depending on what that decision ends up being, we could see a substantial change in how things are done in terms of online shopping.
That's kind of cool, but I mean, I would be willing to pay the sales tax anyways.
Yeah, Nathan's like, taxes.
All like, let's be real, all right? Taxes are good, despite what people think. And on top of that, if you just be straightforward about it, I don't care if your fucking price is like $96.17. Like, put a little disclaimer saying, hey, this is a weird number because of sales tax, and I don't give a shit.
Like, really? Yeah. Like, I would be...
Maybe if I was paying with bills and I had to carry around a pocket full of change, yeah, I can be upset about that. But if I'm paying with a card online, go ahead and have those weird-ass fucking numbers. I don't give a shit. It comes out of my bank account. The bank account has weird numbers as is.
Or even, like, that's one thing that always irritates me is the places that don't put the sales tax already in the price, because... It's like, all right, what I got in the card is $10, and then you get up there and they're like $10.08, and you're like, fuck.
The amount of times that's happened in fucking Wasilla growing up, because like I would, or Palmer, I would spend summers with my family out there, and I would have like exactly enough to buy a pack of cards from Fred Meyer, and I would go to buy it, and it would be an extra like 12 cents, and I'd be like, oh damn it, my grandpa at the time trying to teach me that money is important, but he would always give me that 12 cents anyways.
Well, and
he was more hyped to play card games with me than anything.
Well, and also, like, it's good to teach people that money's important, and you can do that by limiting the amount of money that a child has access to. But it's frustrating when it's like, all right, you've earned the $5 to go buy this thing you want, and then you take them to the store, and it's like $5.17, and it's like, my dad only gave me $5, though.
I just find it hilarious that Trump is all up in arms about Amazon not paying enough taxes when...
He doesn't pay taxes?
Yeah, it's like, pot, kettle, you're both black.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Anyway, hey, Nathan.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
What did you care about in the last 24 hours?
It's definitely not what you put there.
I just threw one in there, because...
It's pretty good. No, it's definitely good. But,
read it anyway.
Being a millennial today feels like showing up at a party an hour after it's over and having the host hand you a mop and tell you you're lucky to have been invited.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. Like, that is 100% accurate.
Yep, pretty big pile of garbage.
In fact, today there's this friend of mine that posted this thing about how there are now classes, essentially classes that I've been advocating for forever, to teach people basics, like how to balance a checkbook, how to sew, things like that for school. It's like home economics, but, actually better. And a bunch of people were going off, these damn millennials don't know how to raise their kids, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I have to fucking point out that every generation, most of you in that generation absolutely suck at parenting. Well, and not just millennials. It is literally every fucking generation.
Yeah, you literally just make it up as you go.
Yeah, so stop sitting on your fucking high horse because you're older.
Yeah. So what did you care about, Nathan?
I cared about the fucking sun. It's so bright and sunny out, I can goddamn wear shorts, which is important because I need to get out of these pants because my balls are sweating.
Gross.
Yeah, you don't want to smell these goddamn balls, or do you?
No, Nathan.
You put some Arabian goggles on you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that literally just nuts over my eyes?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So you're gonna Deadpool me. I understand.
Yo, actually, that's the thing I cared about. The final Deadpool trailer came out today.
Are you in love with Peter?
I fucking cried. Peter's gonna be great. He's gonna be just like Bob. It's gonna be fantastic. One of two things is going to happen to Peter. Either he's going to be crucial in saving the world, or he's going to die.
Both will be excellent.
Or both, actually.
And Nathan?
No, I'm way more excited for Cable than anything because his name's Nathan Summers.
Yeah.
And also, how he got the techno-organic virus in the comic books is really fucking weird. Because he was born Nathan Summers, son of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. Then some guy from the future injected him with this virus that's a techno-organic virus that causes part of him to be all cybernetic and shit, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward through a lot of shit that I'm not going to explain. It ended up being him going back in time because he was listening to this bad guy to inject himself with a techno-organic virus. It's fucking weird.
Makes sense. Another awesome thing, Lee Stewart in the chat room points out, the Super Troopers 2 comes out tomorrow.
Well, yeah, it's a holy holiday.
That is awesome, and I want to go see it.
Yeah.
I might go see it, actually. So the kid has a Taekwondo tournament coming up, and they have practice, extended practices tomorrow and next Friday and the Friday after that. And so I can't even go pick her up until like 8:45, so I have to fill my evening with something. And normally I would go spend time with Jennifer, but Jennifer has a derby thing that she has to go do tomorrow. So I just have to fucking twiddle my thumbs till 8:45, which probably means that maybe I'll go see Super Troopers 2. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Either way. Anything else, sir?
No.
Cool. InfoWars Alex Jones says he's been defamed by defamation suits.
You want to know something else that's fucking hilarious?
He's rolling back his statements about Sandy Hook.
Exactly. Which looks even worse, in my opinion.
It does. It does.
It just means that you're capitalizing on the pain of other people, you fucking dickhead.
That's all he ever does. He just wants to be a
Alex Jones is worse than the scum of the earth. I would gladly take the scum of the earth and use it as a face wash compared to this fucker.
Yeah, he just does he is a Tommy Lahren of, I'm going to say controversial things that will get
He's worse than Tommy Lahren.
That will get people upset, which will garner me attention, which will get people to pay attention to me and follow me because they want to know what else I'm going to say so that people can squabble over it.
Worse. So the frogs haven't been turned gay. Come on, dude.
There are multiple lawsuits that have been opened against Alex Jones, specifically his InfoWars digital network. And all of them are about, defamation and stuff like that. There's two parents of the children that were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary.
For $1 million.
Back in 2012.
Because of how many times they've been called by random people across the U.S. with death threats because they're fucking conspiracy.
Faking it. Yeah, conspiracy actors. And so now he's getting all this bad press, also from his family, from these lawsuits. And so he's trying to take a step back and be like, you know what? I actually do think Sandy Hook happened. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I'm just saying, if he uses in his case the argument that Alex Jones is just an act for television, like
we just had an earthquake,
like Stephen Colbert, then that's not on my side. Then that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, just had a really little earthquake.
Because especially since Stephen Colbert oftentimes, you know, literally like tongue-in-cheek wink like shit. Like, he is the least serious of all people.
Yeah.
And if you're going to compare yourself to him, then you need to really rethink your shit, because your television show does not come off as a parody at all.
Nope, just you being a dick. Just you being a dick. All right, Nathan, are you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I am. I'm ready to go out and hit the sunlight.
Everybody, we will be back on Monday. If you would like us to start being back sooner than that and find episodes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, patreon.com/dailyinternet. Otherwise, buy some merchandise at the link provided in your description/show notes, and send us stories to talk about at our subreddit, reddit.com/r/iRedditcast, or via email, iReddit@mealdeer.media. You can help the show as well by leaving us 5-star reviews on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, which are also the places that you can find the audio-only versions of the show. Follow and share the show on social media, which are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all of which are at iRedditcast. You can follow me on all of those at Schwan Michael and Nathan at Bimmenstein, and that is your 460th dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwan.
And I'm Stu Pidcock.
And please remember, everybody.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.